You're frustrated. Oh, and now you're anxious. Was that one my fault? I probably should have knocked, but I don't think you would have heard it if I knocked on the interdimensional rift. I mean, I don't even think you can knock on an interdimensional rift. I think my hand would have just gone through it. And that would have been even weirder. Just a hand showing up in the middle of your room. And instead you got all of me. That's better, right? Interdimensional is a really big word. It sounds kind of funny. Oh, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here because you're frustrated. I like that better than when you're sad, but it's still not a great feeling. And I want you to feel great. So, what's wrong? What's got you all frustrated? A project? That sounds fun. I like projects. Well, artsy and craftsy projects. I'm not very good at artsy craftsy stuff, but it's still fun. My brothers and sisters, they give me a hard time about it sometimes, but I don't let that get to me. Because I'm not making it for them. I'm making it for me. So if my paper mache hellhound looks more like a blob than a wolf, I don't care. Because at least I tried. And paper mache is messy, and messy stuff's fun. Until you have to clean it up. But I try not to think about that part until you have to do that part. And then you just think about happy stuff. And then it's not so bad. Oh, it's not that kind of project? Well, I'm sorry. Sometimes I talk too much. And sometimes I talk too fast. And sometimes I talk too much too fast. So, yeah. I'm sorry. But what kind of project is it? I mean, I don't like it if it's something that gets you upset. Because I don't like when you're upset. Well, I can still not like it even if it's important. But that part doesn't matter. What matters is making you feel better. And getting the stuff you need to get done. So, what do we got? This is a lot of papers. Oh, sorry. I'll be careful, I promise. Oh, okay. Oh. Well, that was a lot of big words. But I think I get the gist. Well, if this is that important and it's giving you that much trouble, then I guess I can see why it's got you so frustrated. There's a whole lot of knots tied up in you right now because of this. And you haven't been taking breaks, have you? No. But you gotta take breaks. And you gotta drink lots of water and make sure you're eating. A long time ago, somebody told me that anything worth doing is worth doing right. If you beat yourself up to get something done and then you don't take care of yourself, I mean, nobody wins. It hurts you and it hurts the thing you're working on because you weren't able to give it everything you got. So even if you don't want to take breaks for your sake, and you totally should because you're important and you matter, and I don't ever want you to think you aren't worth everything. But even if you can't do it for you, then you should do it for the project. You should be proud of everything you make, because even if it wasn't exactly what somebody else might have wanted, you made it, and that's amazing. Well, I know you're almost done with this project, so I won't make you take a break now. But next time you need to, you gotta promise me. Promise? Okay, good. I'm not good at being bossy. It's really hard. But this is really important, so I will if I have to. I can puff up my chest and stuff. Ain't no fair. You can't tickle me when I'm being bossy. That's no fair. If I was a Demon demon, you wouldn't tickle me. Actually, you probably would, because you're kind of crazy. But a really, really good kind of crazy. I didn't mean like that. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm glad you're not mad. Well, if you're almost done, and I'd probably mess something up if I helped, I'm gonna go make you a surprise for when you're done. And then we're gonna relax and have a good time, so those knots will loosen up and we can get them out of there. Okay? Okay. Well, I'll see you when you're done. A rift? No, silly. I don't need a rift to go to your kitchen. It's right there. What am I gonna do in there? Well, if I told you that ruined the surprise. You'll like it. I promise. I'll see you once you're done. Oh, give me a hug before I go. I missed that. You give such good hugs. Oh, but I gotta go. So you finish up, but don't rush it either. Take as much time as you need. Bye. Are you done? Yay! I'm sure you did great. I'm really glad you were able to focus and get it done, because now we get to relax. And look, I made desserts. I made you a cake, and I made you some cookies, and I made you brownies, but then I ate all of them because I really love brownies. But then I made you more brownies, and I made a cheesecake, and yeah, I know the kitchen's a mess, but I'll clean it up. I promise. I swear. I'm just not good at cleaning magic, so I'll have to do it by hand, but I can do it by hand. I don't mind doing it by hand. Because, see, I was gonna make everything by hand, so that's why there's such a mess. But then I remembered that you didn't have that much left on the project, and all this stuff would take a long time to make, and then it would take a long time to bake, and they'd all have to bake at different temperatures and stuff. So then I decided to just make them with magic. Because I'm really good at magic when it's for something that would make somebody happy. I just think about that little light in them getting so warm and bright when they see what I did, and then that makes me all warm and bright, and then the magic's easy. So, ta-da! I hope you like it. I wasn't sure what you like, so I wanted to cover all my bases. Oh. Well, thank you for the hug. Does that mean you like it? I'm glad. The feelings inside you feel a lot better, too. Well, let's sit down and talk. We can have some of the food. We can worry about cleaning up later. Yeah, that's it. Me? What have I been up to? Well, ever since we hung out that other day, I've been checking up on some of the other people that I'm watching over. Yeah, I'm watching over a couple different people at once. It can be kind of tough to balance all of them, but that's okay, because I don't mind if I have to work hard, as long as it makes people happy. Yeah, because one of the people I look after, he had an anniversary that was coming up, and it's a really sad one. So I had to keep a really close eye on him, because I wanted to make sure he'd be okay. he's really big and tough, but there's a lot of knots inside. He has a lot of hurt, and it keeps the walls around his heart really, really tall. When he was a little kid, and when I was a little demon kid, he could see me, and me and him and his other friend, we'd play sometimes. But then he started to grow up, and his walls got too high, and he can't see me anymore. I think he forgot about me, and that's sad, but that's how being an empathy demon works. Once they can't see anymore, they start to forget you. That's just what brains do, because it makes more sense to forget the person than to try to figure out how they used to see a person and now they can't see a person. So their brains come up with things like imaginary friends and stuff, and the older demons always tell us that that's probably for the best, and I guess they're right, but it still kind of hurts sometimes. But even though he can't see me anymore, I'll never give up on him, because he's still my friend, even if he can't remember me. So when the really bad thing happened, and all those knots started to get so tight that he felt like he couldn't breathe, I was there. And I wanted to give him a hug and help, but he couldn't see me anymore. And I knew that me just trying to untie the knots wasn't enough. He needed somebody. So I found him somebody that he could see. Someone that could help him with the knots, even if it took a while. And it was really hard to make them run into each other, but once I did, it was perfect. They did all the rest themselves. And now there's some cracks in his walls, and sometimes I think he even can see me. Just for a sec. And that person that I found for him, they can see all that good stuff in him, even though they don't have any powers. So now they make each other warm and bright, and that makes me warm and bright and really happy, because now my friend isn't hurting so bad. But that's a lot of serious stuff. I'm not good at talking about serious stuff for very long. How are the desserts? Are they good? Do you like them? It feels like you feel a lot better now, and I'm really, really happy about that. Can I give you another hug? Thanks. You're the best. I'm really glad you're my friend. Now let's have some fun, okay?